And what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Celluloid Psychosis. I'm your host, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always, the very handsome, very British, the king of Salisbury himself, Mr. Paul Ashford. What's up, buddy?
Hey man, I am good. I am good. As always, very happy to be here. Um, Excited to talk about some physical media news.
Mm-hmm.
I've had an okay week. I've had an okay week, man. Done a little bit of movie watching,
Yeah.
bits and bobs. I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I'm currently looking at changing my car, as you well know. So I've
Yes.
been reading lots of stuff on used cars. I can only afford a used car. But yeah, I've been most of my time has been spent watching YouTube reviews and stuff about cars. Pretty boring, but actually no, it's not boring. It's quite exciting. But I'm getting the ball rolling on that soon. Other than that, work's been fine. Watched a few movies, like I said. My recommendation coming up at the end is something I watched again this week, first time in a long time. um, yeah, man, that's my week really. It's been a bit. It's been yeah okay. It's been okay. No physical media pre-ordered or anything like that. I'm kind of on a try not to spend money phase because I
Mm.
know I've got a big bill. I've just had a big bill on my old car, and I'm gonna have a big bill coming up for a new car. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to be sensible. How about you?
Oh, man, flat out at work as always, just hammering away. I actually ordered some physical media. I didn't order anything in January,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't order anything in December, so I kind of like made up for it. And Vincent dropped their movies that we'll be talking about here shortly, and I went ahead and ordered all the months up prior, this month, last month, and just kind of threw it all in one big order and kind of gave myself that endorphin rush, and I'm back on the train again, baby.
Nice.
I got a little behind there. I have my youngest daughter has a birthday right like a couple days after the new year. So it's like
Mhm.
Christmas hits you, then her birthday. So you're just gotta like, do I need movies or should she get some more Barbies? You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. And no, it's cool to be back on the physical media train. My wife really encouraged me to do that, so she knows how important it is for me to
Wellness.
fill up
Yeah.
these shelves. Yes,
Hmm.
it's our bread and butter, Paul.
Yep.
But yeah, watching a lot of TV shows. I've been
Hmm.
watching Madam Secretary and The West Wing, kind of bouncing back and forth between those, doing some reading here and there, and hanging out with my oldest. But let's get on with the show and start with
Yeah.
our physical media roundup. Yahoo! So first up, as I said, it's vinegar syndrome. Yes. So we got some tasty, very tasty picks
Mm.
for this month, Paul. They are The Possession of Joel Delaney from 1972, The Carpenter from 1988, featuring Wings Hauser in
Ah,
4K. And I got it because that movie's fucking off its head, dude.
I'd never heard of it, and I didn't put it in the notes, but a German label has just picked that up as well.
I'd recommend you picking that up, Paul.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty brutal. We're talking full saw right off a dude's arm, and it's
Uh,
all in frame.
Strange, an 80s movie I'd never heard of.
It's just cool seeing a slasher movie and then seeing Wings Hauser's slasher
Yeah,
movie because
yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
weird altogether. Anyway, White Cannibal Queen from 1980. From Vinegar Syndrome Labs, The Mansion of Madness from 1972.
Mm,
From Cinematograph, I actually picked up both of these films. Female Perversions from 1996 and
mhm.
Joy of Sex from 1984. Female Perversions, to my knowledge, is like a sex comedy, and Joy of
Yeah.
Sex is like some sort of a psychological thriller of some sort. Excited to see that.
Uh,
Uh,
I remember that on VHS, Joy of Sex. I remember seeing it in a video store. I
mm.
remember it just had a woman in underwear on the front, and I'd never watched it. That's all I remember seeing. I was like, "Oh, that looks good." Being a kid, so yeah.
IFC Films is doing 444 Last Day on Earth from 2011. Autoerotic in
Mm.
2011. Factory 25 is doing Amateur on Plastic from 2020. Big World Pictures is doing Sacred Hearts, Scarred Hearts or Sacred Hearts? Scarred Hearts
Scarred
in
Hearts.
uppercase print from 2016 and 2020, respectively. Deck Analogs Bringing the Thunder from
Mm.
2022. Film Movements Appreciating Her Body from 2023. Film Movement Classics, which is different than the Film Movement slide. Uh, Mamtapsula from
Yeah,
1988. I think I nailed
sounds
that
good.
one. Two Faces of Tai Kato. I believe I said that right because of the O with that little thing above it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those films are By a Man's Face Shall You Know Him from 1966 and I, The Executioner, 68. Of course, Vive l'Amour from 1994. Paul, take over.
ETR Media are releasing Here Comes a New Challenger Championship Edition. So anyone that knows video games will know that is the words from Street Fighter 2.
That is a documentary about Street
Yeah,
Fighter 2.
documentary. Yeah, I know you pre-ordered that one for sure, aren't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I'll actually be interested in checking that one out. Obviously, Street
Yes.
Fighter 2 was a big part of my childhood.
Yes.
Arcades, Sega Mega Drive when it eventually came out. So yeah, definitely be
Played a
interested
lot
in
of
that.
Alpha.
Street Fighter Alpha or Street
Yeah,
Fighter
Street Fighter
Alpha
2
3
Alpha.
or 3. Oh, 2 Alpha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was more Marvel versus Street Fighter versus X-Men was probably the one I ever played the most. And that hit arcades, I was like blown away.
TMNT Turtles in Time I played a lot of as well.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good
yeah. I
stuff.
love 2D
The
stuff.
best.
Beautiful.
Continue.
VHS Hitfest or Shitfest.
However you want to say it.
Yeah. Deadly Obsession. The films of Bill Reeves. Who is Bill Reeves, you ask? Well, he did The Card Game from 1987. Who Shot Mean BR from 1993. Deadly Obsession, as in the title, from 1994. The Gut Wrencher from 1997. The Crown Jewel of Indonesia from
Where the fuck did
1999.
that come from?
Trail of Terror from 1999. Terminal Targets 2001. Ghost and Angel Stories from Around the World 2002. And Ghost Stories from Indonesia.
He has to be part
2003.
Indonesian. Has to be.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's a loaded set though. Like,
Yeah,
and
that's a big
that's
set.
just the movies included. There's like more like special features included on that.
Yeah.
I've gotten stuff from them before. It's pretty quality, man.
Oh, yeah. Saturn's Court are releasing Rot from 1999.
That's a hot title from what I've seen.
Right. Cartooner are releasing Nova Seed from 2017. Utopia label is releasing Not an Artist from 2021. And Canadian International Pictures, Hookers on Davy from 1984. Sounds interesting. Yellow Veil Pictures, whichever way you want to pronounce it, In Flames from 2023. Do you want me to carry on with Kino Lorber? So Kino Lorber are releasing the Pete Walker 4-film crime collection from 1968 to 1971. Those movies are Call It Carol, Die Screaming, Marianne Moon, and The Big Switch. I always remember Pete Walker. He did a lot of horror stuff as well. I've seen a lot of his horror stuff. I've never seen any of his crime collection movies. Although Die Screaming does sound like a horror movie, but apparently it's a crime collection movie. Can I do 88 films? They got one big release, one big black box release. They call it. This is 1985's Trancers coming to 4K. First time in Europe on 4K. It's obviously only had one release in 4K so far. From, was that Kino Lorber? I can't remember. Someone in the US released it in 4K.
Full Moon.
No, it's Full Moon. It was Full Moon. No, sorry, it was Full Moon. Obviously, we featured that movie in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Fantastic film. Not sure if I'm going to double dip yet.
Yeah.
But it's good to have that option.
So from Arrow Video, we're getting Booger from 2023, limited edition. Effects and Effects 2 from 86 and 91. I have a little box set there.
Yeah. I've seen those when they first came out. That was VHS staples from my days.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly from 1966 for a few more dollars. And A Fistful of Dollars, 1964. All those 4K limited edition, the full, all of them.
Yeah, the full hard box. Yeah. Very interesting grabbing those.
The Long Kiss Goodbye from 1996, 4K limited edition. The House with the Laughing Windows from 1976, another 4K. And another box set here. Now, this box set is so interesting because it's V Cinema. And I never think that these movies would get a U.S. release. And that is V Cinema Essentials, Bullets in Betrayal, limited edition. Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
And those include these following films. Crime Hunter, Bullets of Rage. Neo Chinpira, Zoom Goes the Bullet, Stranger, Carlos, Burning Dog, Female Prisoner Scorpion Death Threat, The Hitman, Blood Smells Like Roses, Danger Point, The Road to Hell, Double X, the prequel to Triple X, Beautiful Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite the box set.
Loaded. I might just get it from sheer curiosity, Paul. Coming from Cauldron Films, something that actually got Paul really revved up, is
Yep.
Mad Foxes from 1981 in 4K LTD. Paul, do you have any Cauldron film releases?
I do not.
I have several.
I excitedly. Oh, actually, no, I don't know. I very excitedly went to Cauldron Films website to see the pre-order on Mad Foxes, and unfortunately, they only ship to the US.
That'll be one of
So
those things that I have to ship to you
yeah,
from.
so I looked around. Diabolic DVD will ship to the UK,
Oh,
but
you're good then.
I'm not because the shipping was crazy. I think I
Ah,
said to you,
Paul, that VAT tax needs to go away.
yeah, I think it came to $77 for just the
Oh
movie
my
and shipping.
God!
So I do need that film in 4K though. It's a crazy wild film. It's actually the film I won't say because we're going to talk about it later. So yeah, I would love to. I can't even imagine what it's going to look like in 4K.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cries and Shadows, The Return of the Exorcist from 1975 from Raro Video, which is actually a sub-label of Kino Lorber. There's your
hmm
information for the day, Paul. Swept Away from 1974, 4K UHD.
Oof.
Raro Video, so good, so good.
Yeah,
Shout Factory is doing, what is this, Jet Li? No,
Jet Li. Yeah,
yeah, Jet Li.
yeah.
Yeah. Fist of Legend from 94. Tai Chi Master from 1993. The Legend in the Legend 2 from 93. And The Bodyguard from Beijing from 1994.
That the Whitney Houston film.
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin Costner.
Shutter's doing the strings from 2020. Paul, what about Severin?
Severin Films, they are doing some Russ Meyer movies.
Ooh.
3 movies coming out to Blu-ray. Up, not the Disney film from 1976. Motor Psycho from 1965,
Not the
and
Megadeth song.
and 1968's The Pickup,
Yes.
which is not the sequel to Up. Or, did I do Terrorvision
Yes.
label? Suddenly
Crazy announcements.
Yeah. Suddenly in the Dark from 1981, collector's edition. Big Top Pee Wee just literally announced today, coming
What
to
the
4K,
fuck?
1988's Big Top Pee Wee. I love that film. It's cool.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, anything Pee Wee is really good. So yeah, to get that. I mean, we also get in the other Pee Wee film.
Big Adventures coming
Big-
from Warner later this year.
Yeah, different label. Yeah, so that's great news for Pee Wee Herman fans. So that's a shame they're cool coming after his timely demise or untimely
Yes.
demise, should I say?
There is a documentary coming out soon, though, called I Am
Cool.
Pee Wee or something like that.
Yeah. No, I've seen the poster for that or something. Yeah. Also coming from Terrorvision, 2 4K as well. 1973's Gatorbait and Gatorbait 2 Cajun Justice from 1988. Now, when I was a little kid, I had a Gatorbait 2 video poster on my wall in my bedroom. I've never seen the film. I just had that poster. When I was a little kid, I used to go to my little corner shop, little newsagent that had videos on the side, and I used to ask them for any spare posters, movie posters they had. That was one they gave me.
Hell
So
yeah.
it was on my wall for ages. Yeah, I should probably watch the film, to be fair, because that would take me right back to my childhood. Yeah, Warner Brothers. Do you want me to do this one?
Yes.
A Nightmare on Elm Street, the 4K collection. Now, there's not much info out about this
UK
yet.
only, right?
Good. That's how it should be. Well,
Ah,
I mean, there's no official announcement yet, is there?
no.
Someone saw a listing on a UK website. I think it was Zavi.
Mhm.
So there's really, I mean, we kind of expected it was going to come. Obviously, they've done a beautiful limited collector's
I don't
edition
think
of
we're
the
ever
first
going
one.
to get like Scream Factory or anything like that. We're just going to get this bare bones crap because Bob
Yeah,
Shea doesn't want to make any money.
yeah. Well, I mean, the first movie they've released recently the 4K collectors is beautiful. Beautiful hard box. I got that one. I wish they'd just do that for every film. I'd buy every single
But it's
one.
not like a boutique company. These are coming directly from Warner Brothers.
This is Warner Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they did the limited edition,
Yeah.
beautiful edition. But if they could do that with this set, I'd be hugely impressed.
I
But
have the sneaking
zero
suspicion
hope.
it's just going to be all of them shoved into a steel buck and called a day.
Yeah, that's it. Because I've got the Blu-ray edition, which they did years and years ago, and it's literally it's plastic. It's not a steelbook, and it's literally more Blu-rays with like 2 films on each disc, I think. Yeah, slapped on there. But there's very little info out there. But we'll go ahead and guess it's going to be bare bones.
All you need is 3 and 4. Keep going.
Yeah. Inception, 2010's Inception is getting a 4K Ultimate Collector's Edition. So that'll be down the same route as the beautiful edition they did for Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Just announced as well from New Line Cinema, Companion coming to 4K later this year. Obviously, that's in the cinemas right now.
Another AI move, another like robot AI robot thing.
Yeah. Eureka, one of your favorite labels, are releasing The Adventurers from 1995, coming in a nice limited edition. And just announced today as well, Melvin Goes to Dinner from 2003, coming from Grave Face Films. That's a label I haven't heard of before. And one last one on our list, we have from the MVD Marquee Collection, One Tough Cop.
Yes. I got that information from Blu-ray.com. That wasn't on our normal source. So
I just realized I missed out MVD Rewind.
Yes, the other label.
Yeah, they are who did release Ghoulies 1 and 2 in 4K, everybody. They are releasing Tunnel Vision from 1976.
Yes. Exciting stuff, Paul. That concludes today's Physical Media Roundup. Moving into now in theaters.
Cinemas.
Bridget Jones, 4? 5?
Probably, yeah. There's been this is the first one for a long time, from I remember. Yeah, Mad
the
About
Monkey,
the Boy,
which is really cool. Osgood Perkins,
Stephen King, yeah.
Captain America, Brave New World, Harrison Ford, goes full red face. A Complete Unknown, Bob Dylan, Timothée Chalamet, Dogman, the film nobody asked for, Companion, like we just said. September 5th. I don't know anything about that. And Becoming Led Zeppelin beats me, folks. Paul?
You must know Led Zeppelin. That might be a UK exclusive, but it's Led Zeppelin, the group, right?
Yeah!
It's really one of the most famous rock bands ever. Yeah. It's some sort of documentary, put together footage of them in the cinemas in the UK right now. I don't know about US, but hey, we'll put it in there anyway. What else? What other news we got, TJ?
Oh, we got some news. So we got a trailer for the newest Final Destination film. It does not show Tony Todd in his what do we say, post-mortem role.
Was he in it? Is he? I didn't know that.
He plays Death.
Oh no, I know he was Death in the other ones, but
his last role in Death is Death.
Ah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a little sayonara. But it's features that guy from Grave Encounters 2 in the trailer, and I don't want to spoil anything. I encourage you to go watch it, but it involves a nose ring and a ceiling fan. So cool stuff all around.
Really cool. I love the trailer. It's really good. Really good teaser. I mean, it says teaser trailer, but it's 2.5 minutes
So
long?
At the same time that the Grammys was going on, or a little bit before the Grammys, the Megan 2.0 trailer was released, teaser trailer, and it was Megan dancing to a Chappell Roan song. Now, the plot synopsis that I've seen online is this film takes place 2 years after the original, and they bring Megan back to life to help fight some sort of upgraded version of herself that was created. That's what I heard. Terminator 2, yes.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So Paul and I were talking about this prior to the show starting, and it's a little bit, I didn't know shit about Neil Gaiman and him being an absolute wackadoodle creep, we'll say, because we don't like to get flagged or anything by going further than that. Sandman canceled by Netflix, and according to Paul, everything else that has his stain on it.
Anything of his name attached to it is getting cancelled, finished up. Yeah, dark times, unfortunately, for all that sort of stuff.
And then Paul told me that he had a Dark Horse comic run that got canceled on 7. And boy, would that be a shame if it's an 8-issue run.
Yeah. It's crazy how all these allegations coming out about people now, but it's
Mhm.
scary. It's scary, but
Did you see that maybe Marvel might be bringing back that Jonathan Major guy to play Krang again or Kang?
no,
Yeah,
I did not. I did not.
I guess you could
What?
just be forgiven real quickly
Yeah,
these days.
what I did see was the Fantastic Four trailer. I just watched it about
Oh,
half
that's
an hour
mid,
ago.
bro. All the style, and I don't think it's going to deliver. I think it just looks
No,
cool, and will be marveled
it
by the
looks
no
cool.
pun
It looks
intended.
cool, but
I mean, you're a little bit more optimistic with Marvel stuff than I am. I mean, I'm
yeah,
unapologetically
it's like
DC.
it sailed its course, sailed its ship. What's the word?
I'm just saying we've never got a good Fantastic Four movie, so I'm not really gonna be optimistic. And of course, why did we have to use Pedro Pascal? He's like
Mm.
he's overused these days in these Star Wars and Marvel and all that stuff.
The
Like,
f-
come on
yeah,
now. And these
thing about
adaptations, you know what I mean?
you say we've never had a good Fantastic Four movie. I always remember when I was a kid or young teenager, however long it was. Yeah, I would have been early 90s. I had this issue of Cine Fantastique magazine. So I went on a school trip to France, and in there, it was all in French, but I bought it for the pictures, literally bought it for the pictures. And there was all these preview pictures of Roger Corman's Fantastic
Oh
Four.
yeah, the one that Mick worked on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, I was super excited. I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I'll be
That movie was
checking it out
essentially
when it
just
comes out.
shot for a tax write-off, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly that. It was never officially released. I
But I
remember
don't
being
think the
so,
people knew that while they were making it.
no, they didn't. No one knew apparently. So there's a really good documentary about it actually. Very good documentary about it. I remember being so excited, thinking, "Oh man, I'm definitely checking it out when it comes out." And obviously, it never came out. And it wasn't until the days of the internet, with decent download speeds, that I suddenly
You
found it
watched it?
online. Yeah. I've seen. I've got it. I've got it.
Pretty
It's
bad, huh?
it's, it's available online. You know, a lot of these movie sites.
Yeah.
It's bad, but it's fun. It's
Yeah.
definitely fun. It's definitely fun. I enjoyed it.
It's all practical
Um,
effects, so like,
yeah. Because it's like what early mid 90s, so it's
yeah.
pure practical effects. I mean, I remember
And like I
Stan
said,
Lee was
Mick
involved.
had a lot to do with the effects on that one, so like,
Yeah,
I'm sure they're pretty genius.
so it's a real shame it never got an official release, but it's definitely out there if you look hard enough online.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
think I've actually interviewed the guy who played Ben Grimm, so
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah. Nice.
So let's get on to the final bit of our show, the final
Hmm.
portion. Recommendation of the week, Paul.
I went a bit dark.
How dare you?
Literally scrolling on sorry, not Netflix, Amazon Prime, trying to find something to watch,
Something to relax you.
something to relax me. Real, hard day at work. Want something, light-hearted, and I chose from the year 2000, Requiem for a Dream or Requiem for a Dream. I'm not
Requiem.
really sure how to pronounce Requiem for a Dream. A movie which I haven't seen in a long time. I
Mhm.
remember seeing it way back when it came out on VHS, and it's a good film. It's a really good film. It's very dark. It's I tell you, if you want to get yourself off of drugs or anything like that, this is the movie to watch. The
Mhm.
movie's obviously about sort of heroin addiction and spiraling out of control over their lives and stuff, man. But it's just so well. It's Darren Aronofsky, so it's very well shot, very well acted. It's got Marlon Wayans in like a serious role, which you probably the only time I've ever seen him in a serious role. It's not a comedy role. The beautiful Jennifer Connelly and Jared Leto in a good role as well. So obviously from 2000, so it was a long time ago. But yeah, I highly recommend this film if you've never seen it. But it's streaming completely free on Amazon, presuming you've got Amazon Prime, which I don't think I know anyone that doesn't have it anymore. So yeah, easy film to watch. How about you?
So, my pick this week is on HBO Max, and it is the TV movie from 2016 called All the Way. And it
Mm,
features who's the guy that plays Walter? Bryan Cranston.
mm-hmm.
Bryan Cranston
Okay.
playing Lyndon B. Johnson, the president. And the film starts right after the assassination of JFK. They're actually on the plane uh, from Texas to
Right.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie's in the back covered in blood still. And it follows from that point, like a year into his presidency. and his relationship with Martin Luther King, who's played by Anthony Mackie, and like their dynamic, and then his internal struggles with just the office, the people, the Vietnam War, all that stuff, all kind of going on at the same time. It's very
Hmm.
interesting stuff. Yeah, I
Wow.
totally recommend it. Bryan Cranston makes a really good LBJ. Anthony Mackie's a
Hmm.
really good MLK.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, if you're into history, if you're into the civil rights movement, definitely recommend All the Way from 2016.
Nice. I did also watch when you said Bryan Cranston. I got Jules to watch The Disaster Artist this
Yeah,
week, which is also on Prime or might be Netflix. Obviously, Bryan Cranston pops up in that in a cameo. Well, cameo, a very small role.
yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
So, Paul, of course, next week on the podcast, it is
Hmm.
your pick. And what is that pick?
I have chosen a film we mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
coming to 4K, Mad Foxes from 1981.
Awesome. So, I've
Uh,
never heard of this film, never
yeah.
watched it.
Hmm.
We're going to try to do a little early review before it gets that 4K release.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun. Wow, and every episode's fun. But the actual movie is
Wild.
batshit wild, uh, terribly made. But I don't know. You say terribly made, but it's just, yeah. I don't want to say anything else. It's just like, yeah, you're going to be like watching it. Very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
I'm excited to watch that, Paul. I'm excited to
Hmm.
talk about it, of course. So if you
Hmm.
like this episode and want to listen to other shows just like this one, head on over to www.projectlouder.net. Or, of course, you can find us in all those shows on any audio only platform like Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff. If you
Hmm.
have podcasts, we're there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But
I
anyway, it's
mean,
been a pleasure as
mhm.
always, Paul. Thank you for joining me, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
definitely been a quicker episode this week, but we'll be back next week, like we said, with the review of Mad Foxes, and we will see you then.